Asia. A very interesting element, a thread running through all four of us that are going to be on stage is that we've operated in multiple jurisdictions, multiple countries, multiple cities, multiple cultures.
The interesting part is I was here last year before I moved back to South Asia for the same event, sitting down on the other side, and now 1 year later I'm back here on the panel. We are Kulina, we do food subscription and delivery service in Indonesia. So we only operate in Indonesia, which is something interesting for me because I'm Thai and I never lived in Indonesia before. And as you know, not many people within Southeast Asia, besides Singapore, move around within the region.
There's like one other Thai in
yeah, I think there's
Jakarta.
one other Thai doing tech in Jakarta. So that's very interesting. But a lot of people are looking into doing that, but none of them are brave enough, I think. But I wanted to move. As you can see, I moved to different places, so this is an opportunity for me to look at Indonesia, for example. It's about the same size as the US, and where a lot of exciting are going. You're showing up there, and I see it every day, right? So that's just been very encouraging, and also keep pushing me to do better too.
I did one startup in Seattle, and then I did one here, and then I think I've always in the back of my mind, spending kind of all my summers in Malaysia. I was always like, in the back of my head, I was like, oh, it'd be nice to live in Asia as an adult. And I think during all of my 20s, I was just like focused on work. And then as I got older, I was like, oh, that's still something I want to do. And I always kind of felt like, and I think naively, I always felt like me moving back to Malaysia or moving back to Southeast Asia would be something kind of just for me personally, but I would kind of like take a hit on a professional level. And then as I spent more time there, I just kind of found out that A, that's kind of not the case, and B, I actually might be kind of better off professionally there, which I think is a longer conversation, but I'm actually in the midst of moving to Singapore like right now. Like the reason I'm in San Francisco is because I'm moving out of my place. So this is all kind of very...
Great timing.
Yeah, the timing's good, the timing's good.
I've been jumping around between the West and the East. I'm legally trained, so my initial profession was to be a lawyer, so I was a securities litigator on Wall Street for the first few years of my career until I became a technology lawyer. That's where I kind of came back to San Francisco. Yes, nowadays, yes, it would be the same difference. So I worked for Dolby Labs, the Potrero office back in the day here, when I came back to the Bay Area. And eventually I moved to traditional tech companies like IBM, Accenture, HP. And still I started dabbling in the startup space as an angel investor. So I have a portfolio that is, I guess, between mostly New York and Southeast Asia, nothing yet in Silicon Valley, until I joined REAPRA in Singapore. I've been in Singapore for 8 years, but only been in REAPRA for 2 years. And in REAPRA, what we do is, we're not quite an accelerator, we call ourselves a venture builder. Something that I'm more than happy to talk about with you guys later on, where we think, just because of the sort of idiosyncrasies and the quirks that we have in Southeast Asia, we think that it might be better at least to have some of these hybrid models where we're sitting down with founders who want to not just ideate, but have sort of an institutional co-founder to give operational research and strategic support. So that's what we've been focusing on for the past few years, and that's what I'm trying to drive, and hopefully if some of you are interested, maybe you might join us in our little program.
Actually, at least 2 of the panelists here are here to recruit.